Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BTS Series SEA Cup number 1. We are now getting far along here. Today we will see one of our top 2 teams go through to the grand finals. TNC taking on Fnatic here. TNC with a bit of an upset earlier in the tournament versus Mineski, and as the draft here unfolds, let's quickly take a look at the bracket. For those of you who have not been following the event or are just tuning in, it's a very straightforward format here. Single elimination, all best of 3 until the best of 5 grand finals. So with a win here, it will indeed be a top 2 finish secured for either Fnatic or TNC. On the other side of the bracket, we still have Ideal and First Departure to go back in the round of 8, which will happen immediately following this match. Of course, I'm LD. For game number 1, folks, unfortunately, my buddy Winter got stuck in traffic, so he won't be joining us for the first game. Should be here for game 2 and onwards the rest of the day, but this one will be a good old-fashioned Larry David solo cast, so hope you all will enjoy. I'm actually gonna very quickly here grab a glass of water, because this could be a very explosive match. I want to make sure I'm well hydrated, so just give me a moment here. Thank you for your patience. Alright, I'm back, folks. So let's talk about the matchup here. Fnatic, I guess it's fair to say they come in as favorites. They just won the ESL qualifier, so they will be representing Southeast Asia at ESL New York in October. Really exciting event. Looking forward to it. And they've looked solid otherwise. I wouldn't say that Fnatic has been dominant, though. This is not a team that's been easily winning all of their games. There was the match versus Mineski where they narrowly basically snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, or you could even argue that Mineski kind of gave away. At their best, Fnatic, they feel like the team that may have the most potential from the whole Southeast Asia region, so I think it's fair to say they come in as favorites here. As for TNC, for those of you who haven't followed the team so closely, they are surprisingly solid, and I think what really separates this team from a lot of the other teams in SEA, and especially from other teams from the Philippines, is they just have excellent team play. Their captain, AU2000, seems to have a really good handle on the squad, so definitely a team that's capable of the upset here. And well, with that, let's start breaking down the draft a little bit. Shark was given away, first overall pick by TNC, and now the response from Fnatic was a quick gyro clockwork. Darkseer then snapped up by TNC, so now you've got the vacuum into the fissure combo, as it would later become clear. And along with that, heading into the second ban stage, you see the hard carries getting banned out. We've seen Fnatic running the Medusa here and there for black, but this time around, looks like it will be the Gyrocopter and Shadow Fiend duo. So still pretty strong late game. They have seemed to favor these drafts that give them that little extra damage output if it goes that 40-50 minute range or so. Meanwhile, TNC will work on their final ban here of the draft. They will have the last overall pick. Already picked up, it looks like at least 2 cores, possibly 3. I believe TNC did run the support left track yesterday, so never really 100% sure which way this team wants to take the hero. I'm gonna double check that just to make sure I'm not feeding you guys lies, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. Versus Mineski. Yeah, they ran it for... Oh, no, that's right. They did run... No, they did run a support lash. I was right. So Noji played it on support. They have also run it as a core, and he played it as a core in game 3 of the same series. So they're very versatile on this hero, basically. You don't really know what position Alesh will go into. And if he is a farmer at this point, he'll be the safe lane farmer. So they have the Templar Assassin to head towards the mid lane. Darkseer will be taking up the off lane. Fnatic last. What are they going to want here? Looks like need a support for sure. The Wyvern they grab. So Lina Wyvern support duo, most likely. We've seen the support Gyrocopter experiment here and there. It's had mixed results. I think Ake played it earlier in the ESL Europe qualifier. the hero has some potential, but it just feels like he really benefits from the early farm. And I think more importantly for Gyro, the fast level 6. You get call down, you go aggressive if you're just looking to fight right away. TNC now 5th pickup for them. It's like the support shaker here, and then the big question mark is this indeed a core of Leshrac for Noji? Does he take it into a support role like he did yesterday? TNC have that flexibility. One thing's for sure, we know who's going mid. It's going to be the Templar Assassin in the mid lane and the Shadow Fiend of Mushi to match up against them. So Raven, I would say, likely to have his hands slightly full, but this matchup nowadays, although it's more even for the Shadow Fiend, if the TA plays well, it seems like TA can at least break even and can always go stack the Ancients as Dire rather easily. You've got the Roshan potential coming out here. And TNC will wrap things up with a Naga Siren. Looks like Port Naga. Actually, it might be a core Naga. I'm not sure here, because they have run the support Leshrac, running Naga and Earthshaker together. It's 2 melee supports. Not really the strongest lane control, but you could just look to kind of roam with the Earthshaker and then have a Naga dual lane with the Lesh. So it's still possible. It's a support Naga here. It really could go either way. See what we'll do. Draft will wrap up here momentarily. Let's make sure that we actually have our game overlay. We don't screw the pooch off the bat here. Want to make sure you guys can see what's going on. You got your eyes on the prize. Naga for AU 2000. So okay, will indeed be the support Naga. And he was very impressive on this hero yesterday when he played it versus, or maybe it was 2 days ago, when he played it versus Mineski. So definitely a player to keep an eye on. To me, so far, I think he's been the player I've been the most impressed at, just because I think historically in SCA, there's really been, and in general, there's just very few 5-position players where you can really sense their game impact. And of course, the captain has more on his plate than just individual play, but AU 2000 was impressive, both in terms of the team decision-making as well as in terms of his own song timing, especially earlier on in the day. So keep an eye on him. Stock rising player. And meanwhile, elsewhere, going to see Fnatic, Nat making the early TP rotation just to get some wards up. We'll introduce the teams now officially. Nat will be your Lina support. Played a lot of Bounty Hunter yesterday. Very irritating. Always off the map. We even saw the Sand King. Black and the Gyrocopter. Mushi, the Shadow Fiend. Ohio will be your Winter Wyvern, now firmly in the support role. Leaves Chrissy. Probably the standout player in terms of individual play as of late on Fnatic. And no longer that mid or safe lane role that we saw when he was back on Rave. Chrissy now appears to be the dedicated offlaner. He'll be on the Clockwork. We're on TNC. AU 2000 the Naga. I already talked about him. X Lucky will be the Shaker. S the Darkseer. Raven, your Templar Assassin. So you've got that really potent Darkseer TA combo where you just throw the Ion Shell on the TA, and you can always just look to run at the enemy team. And that does leave Noji the safe lane Lesh, so he will be playing a farming Lesh this time around. They group up as 4. Have a bit of vision here, and they'll see Raven, Lucky moving down towards the rune. Do they want to contest? They have a gyro, but a little dangerous to walk into the Naga as well as into this Ion Shell. Fissure fishing from X Lucky. He's going to get a decent one on 2 heroes, but Mushi just running in, trying to grab the bounty run. He's going to be too late for that. S in the chase, but he doesn't actually have an Ion Shell, so he can't really do a whole hell of a lot. Now runs forward, a bit of a chaotic back and forth. It's suddenly Essel's turn to back off, and Black running in. He's been left to his own devices, and his own devices are not good enough. Mushi will collect his easy first blood, and with that, fast bottle likely on the way. Though, he did have to use 200 mana there, so maybe not as fast of a bottle, just because he blew almost everything. He has 1 raise. Unless he ferries a Clarity or something unorthodox, he's going to have to do it with last hits. But for now, no points in Necromastery. Of course, you can't have both at level 1, so he won't get the extra souls here, fortunately, from the kill. I'd say not that bad, all things considered. Raven almost has his bottle already. He was the one to get the bounty run bottom, and because Mushi lost his mana. So even though, obviously, first blood overall, a win for Fnatic on paper, I think in practice, Raven's still going to do pretty well here because of the mana discrepancy and him having the faster bottle timing. Start doing some pulling now, so we're going to see the dual lane. Lina Gyro really have a setup stun here, and that he's going to get caught out now. AU already gone for the early Riptide in that previous skirmish, so just gonna look to steal the neutrals here. Being at least sticking around in experience range, though. Contesting this is quite another matter. Dual lane in the mid lane a bit. Oh, they were looking for the fissure block in Ohio, but barely able to scurry past the boundary. Max Lucky off in the woods now. He's already done double stack. Looks like he'll try to make a triple. That's where you do see a Radiant Sentry down in the river. They're expecting a dire ward here. Did they actually? They might have dewarded one from the looks of things. Let's see. Inventories. Guess they were successful on a deward there. Lucky continuing his stacks. He will grab the bounty rune now, and he's Black alone bottom lane. Naga. Level 2. Black has to be careful here. To get caught with too many creeps there, because then they can just fight him, Riptide, double Ion Shell, and probably get the first, well, not the first blood, but the first laning kill from that. I rotate in. Again, just kind of hanging out mid. He's also doing stacking for Mushi here. Only a double stack, though. Not quite as beefy as these dire conglomerates of creeps for now. Are continuing to pressure Raven here, and we really want to secure Mushi's farm. And now he's in a good position. He's got his bottle. He's got 500 gold to boot. And of course, did secure a bounty rune. So, Mushi, now with the first blood, with the basics up, should have a pretty easy time. And Raven, not really getting much help. And also, they did block the ancient spawns when they made that early move. So, you can see why Net went for this. It's all about the economy game here. Something you always look at with the TA pick is not just what is the mid matchup, but how much will she be able to abuse the ancients later on. But answer here is zilch so far. Black and Mushi, the two big breadwinners, but then, and then even if you go down the list here, the Naga and Darks are kind of splitting farm a bit. The constant Riptide Ion spam, both of them burning the creeps down. So, and the two top dogs on Fnatic, and it seems to be a recurring theme with this team that they really put a ton of farm priority on Black and Mushi. Historically, these are known for farming a lot. Mushi played the more tempo controller mids. There were so many games I remember where he was like a Nature's Prophet, and there was one game at TI 3, I think it was, when Orange finished third, where he actually had 3 BKBs. This was the old BKB, so you could buy a new one, get the 10-second duration. He had 2 just sitting on the ground. He had bought a third, and I think he had like a 4th in the stash for when the third wore off, because he just had so much freaking gold, and the game had no signs of anytime soon. That why the hell not? Couldn't sell BKBs or anything. Now you could sell it, but you don't refresh the duration. It's been an interesting evolution with the item over the past year, I guess it is. And it's funny because no matter how much BKB gets nerfed, the item's always still good. Like, yeah, sure, maybe it's a little less good right now. That there's like, Lina especially is just so popular and somewhat counters BKB carries, but it still does so much. It might be one of the few items where it's not possible to nerf it to a point where it's not actually a good item. Would take a lot. TNC are doing some economic damage here, though. They steal the stacks off in the Radiant jungle. They could even go in deeper and look for the other big stack and could really put the hurt on the Fnatic and Mushi, counting on that extra bit of gold. Not sure if they want to go that deep, but see already the Naga with a bottle, level 4. They're having a good time as Ohio worms his way into the trees here. Raven's going to rotate through. The ward down behind the tower. Fnatic have really excelled at these cheeky wards. We saw it from Net the other day. Now we're seeing it again from Ohio. Good job of extra vision, and still Ancients blocked. You're probably not even going to bother dewarding at this point. Where it's important they're stealing these Fnatic stacks. If they're not stacking their own Ancients, they really need to make sure they don't fall behind by allowing Fnatic to just freely clear theirs. And freely, they will not. And moving in now, looking for the Lina stun. It does barely connect. The S looks like he wanted AU at first, but changed targets. One of them getting the first kill call down as well. Just got it. AU almost dropped it. This just gets out of the boundary of the call down, but one more auto attack. Black plinks him down. Carrying the double kill, TPing himself home, and leave the lane here for a moment as Net will some much needed experience. Elsewhere, Chrissy, just doing Chrissy things. This is a freebie. Walks into the jungle. He figured the Shaker was off stacking. Just such great game sense. I don't think he actually saw the stack, but This is a freshly stacked one. There was a triple there earlier. Taking a karate chop from S, but he'll be okay. Really nice movements around the map by Fnatic. You saw the clever side swipe coming out from net here. We saw the unusual TP mid go ward the Ancients play here. Then we saw when it's nighttime, Ohio moves into the trees, gets the ward down behind the tower. I feel like they've really polished their movements. And specifically the supports are finding ways to be sneakier and sneakier. Something if you look at Fnatic at TI5, they just didn't really get that from Johnny and Kachika, but it just seems like Net and Ohio are bringing something a bit special to the table. Is cooling down fairly soon. Chrissy hangs out top for now. Continuing to just farm the enemy woods, and TNC doing quite well in this off lane. They are still farming pretty well in the cores, but the kills for Fnatic and the top two farmers really adding up at this point as well. They try to make it go, and Chris here has the hook shot. He'll probably just hook himself away if he's really worried, but instead he hooks in, and that turns out to be a bit more than he could chew. Bites off too much, and we'll end up dying here. Elsewhere, Fnatic on the split push. Yeah, you can see Noji getting the free farm safe playing Leshrac. Though the CS isn't quite nearly what you would want for a free farm here on the safe lane. The clock has done a good job of being disruptive here. So no tower push down just yet. Black will get the last hit bottom lane. Nick's starting to flex their muscles a bit here. This tower just falling should spike up to roughly a 3k gold lead. Spirit's still very close, and now Raven can finally start farming and stacking Ancients, but you already see Ohio is moving into position. He's going to be a little bastard again and just ward these off nice and quick. Fnatic showing a lot more discipline in terms of their economy. This is really something different from this team compared to previous incarnations of RNG Sports and Titan. Really liking the way they're playing. It feels like they have a much clearer farm distribution as well. People aren't fighting. There's a game plan, and they're sticking to it. He's going to build towards the mech now. He's picked up the Aquila as well as the Buckler. See anything else in the stash? Nope. And on the Courier, the bottle. So little bit of time before he completes it. No stacks just yet. So we're probably still looking at like a 10, 11 minute mech at the earliest here. Depends if he gets the tower for free. Sieging it now. It's 3 heroes move on to top. Dire Observer Ward here, though, but Fnatic were smoked. This was not scouted out, and they can make a go. They are lacking the Winter's Curse, but a well-placed call down could really punish it. It's going to connect on both the teams. Lucky completely caught out. Great placement from Black. And the one hero that could have maybe run away was Noji, but he was trapped in the cogs, so no chance of escape. Fnatic just running roughshod over TNC. This is getting a bit ugly. 6-1 the score. They're getting a lot out of this dual lane and the off lane, but they're not shutting down the gyro here. So even though you see a fairly high-leveled, fairly farmed support Naga, a Dark Series doing reasonably well, the overall distribution just isn't as good. Well, they start to fall behind, and they don't really want to contest this tower top right now. TA not in fighting condition at all. There's 1,500 gold here on top of the basics. We'll get the free bottle from Noji. That Radiant Observer Ward, again, just giving Fnatic so much confidence around the map. They know where TNC are, and TNC are just basically trying to chase, but this one Mushi probably should see coming. Fissure will connect, and now Noji going in with the slow. TA, they need to follow trap. They just click him with the Leshrac stun. Lina stuns there, that a counter initiate. Net doesn't have mana for Laguna. The song, AU2000 might end up allowing Net to get off his arcane boots and turn the fight. Stick comes out from Mushi at the time to think about it. The Lesh stun not going to connect. Oh, an ill-advised song in the end from AU. Did not accomplish what they were hoping for here. Chrissy, no more hook shot, so he's just trying to walk his way in, but can't make it up the hill, and they do this without the gyrocopter. Black's just off in the top lane. He's got Quelling Blade, as well as the Dominator. Go for the more greedy build, and looks like he should be allowed to farm with this as well. I'm going to keep vision up of Noji. He moves in. That is a concern for TNC. They blow the song, the fight just ends up being a total wash, and now on top of it, Black's gone greedy. And this is without the gyro coming to the fight. So you gotta expect things are only gonna get harder from here for TNC. They TPNS. Winter's Curse is available. Just got the mana for it. Ohio is gonna immediately cast it. X-Lucky was just in range to start hitting him. Turns with the fissure though. Mushi at a very high level while he unloads the Requiem. Now Chrissy hunting X Lucky. One more auto attack should finish him off. Nope, gets the job done just with the battery assault and continues to hunt for more. Chrissy looking to get aggressive. Elsewhere, Gyrocopter of Black is moving in. Still has the call down at the ready. Hook shot in 1 second time. He shoots the rocket the wrong way, but Raven may walk right into him. Has vision now, thinking about it. Not really the Tiro that Chrissy's looking for. We're going to hang on to the cooldown. They again move back to the Dire Ancients. I'll just start farming the stack, so Fnatic just choking the life out of TNC. This is a clinic they're putting on right now. They are just schooling them. Brutal stuff. Fnatic looks a lot more solid than they did in the previous match in the cup, I have to say. I'm not sure if they just, you know, had too much fun partying the night before or what, but this is a much more polished showing this time around. Now the timing window starts coming into play here. You can see Fnatic's game plan. They get the mech up on Mushi, Gyrocopter up to 2k net worth, so if Black wants to go back into a BKB, he certainly can. Or you can go for that Sanjin Yasha or something that a little bit more a damage build, but either way, regardless of what he goes for, the point is he'll have another item soon. They've got an earn up on net. Like, everybody is combat worthy on Fnatic right now, and they don't really have long cooldowns. The longest cooldown here, I guess the Winter's Curse, maybe? Requiem? Yeah, I mean, their longest cooldown is like 2 minutes, but these are not spells that you absolutely need to take fight towards. The TNC, when the Psalm's down, there's just no chances. Chrissy just runs in and solo kills Noji. Mushi, I mean, there for a little bit of assist, but Clock had that kill regardless. Things just going from bad to worse for TNC all around the map. Now the score 8-1. Again, the aggressive wards, giving them vision, blocking off the Ancients, and Fnatic just parked on the Dire side of the map. A wrap around, they have a Winter Wyvern ultimate available, but there's a lot of Dire vision as well. You can see the defensive wards. Ohio will happily deward one of them for free. As DJ Chrissy, he's caught S under his own tower. Blacked out right, throws out the call down. S in danger. S is down. That really sucks. I just can't get over the vision game here from Fnatic. They just see everything of relevance. Dire wards finally come out and they get a little bit, but it doesn't feel like they can really take advantage of that vision the same way. And starting to wonder, do TNC try to go for a bold play? Maybe even smoke into the Roche pit? Very difficult against Clockwork, but it is feeling like something has to happen here. They need to force an issue. Well, the smoke gang connects. We'll find Chrissy here, and we'll be able to bring him down. Refraction blocking that freshly picked up blade mail damage. Still, what next? Do they get a Roshan out of this? Doesn't look like it. They don't even get out with a 1-for-0 net. Just finding the Earthshaker as he waddles his way up the ramp. Easily be brought down. They're thinking about hunting. They have the curse available. Again, the aggressive ward's really paying off. Mushi, 1-2, just like that. Kaboom. Down he goes. Black has gone Yasha, so he has gone. This is even more concerning for TNC. Black is going for pure offense. And it already feels like Fnatic have more than enough. You can see them just constantly moving as a packs of 2 and 3, split pushing where they can, warding aggressively at all times, and really applying pressure here. Starting to feel like for TNC, they need either a sick combo with a Vac into Fissure, and maybe less stun follow-up, and even then it might not be enough, or they just have to really rat this out and probably try to sneak a Roche with the TA Deso and maybe wait for the Shaker Blink. Like, those seem to be the key things that could turn this around for TNC. Barring that, they're going to have a very tough time. Game continues. Thing going smoothly here. Fnatic trying to reestablish themselves as the team to beat from Southeast Asia with the new roster. So far, I think they've got their one claim to fame. They won the first big qualifier in the region. Be more to come, I'm sure. For this squad, that's only the beginning. Even if Fnatic establish themselves there as the best in SEA, still got to prove themselves against MVP Phoenix, but on a consistent basis. But even if they do, really not good enough. This is a team that quite a few players that finished top 3 at the International really should have been top 2. If you look at that Orange Navi game, you play that game out, like 9 times out of 10, Orange probably wins the series there if there's not the Aegis Deny and then the full tilt mode. KYXY, and not just him, but the whole team kind of tilted there. So, barring that, they've got to have bigger ambitions. And once you get close, you get that taste. You want more. Winter's Curse coming out. Raven just destroying. Oh no, just slaughtering his own Leshrac, and the Winter's Curse will persist even through the song. Of course, he hits on your teammates. Now the Lina stun onto two. All down here. Devastation hits TNC, and this was before Mushi even got involved in the fight. Now he rushes in with the Haster. He's going to try to double raise S and will secure the kill. TP out. Even that's not allowed. No mercy. Requiem onto Raven, trying desperately just to finish up dead. He won't get him. It's 5 dead. They lose 2, but man, they don't even come close to killing the cores. This is not going well for TNC. Be a very quick game 1 at this point. Every engagement. I mean, dear Lord, look at the graph. There's 1 red dot. There's 1 red dot in 20 minutes. Well, 18 minutes. This is just brutal. This is their solitary moment of hope. I mean, there were other kills. I'm not sure why they're not showing up here, but this is apparently the only one that the client considers a worthy kill. It's a best of 3, but this is an elimination match at the same time, so if TNC drop this one, guys, they go into game 2 on match point. They are in the money, so even if they lose this, they'll still walk away. I believe it's $1,000 for 3rd or 4th. And then the prize money ramps up from there, so they'll still feel reasonably good about their accomplishment. It just feels like a very polished performance from Fnatic. It's one thing to be dominating, but it's more the way they're doing it, where they had a clear game plan. They know the TA wants to stag Ancients. Off the bat, Net TPs himself mid at level 1, gets a ward down. Then they start playing the stack game. They don't give the Gyro a whole lot of support, recognizing even if he falls behind, he can catch up later with Ancients. He's also not likely to lose his lane because, well, he's Gyro against 2 melee heroes, almost certainly in that off lane, and then you count on Chrissy to start making plays. As soon as he hits level 6, he gets active. And Mushi just had 3 stacks all over the place. Stacks for days. Time for a smoke here. Side of Fnatic. They are going to move, wrapping around towards the bottom lane. Waiting very far back is X-Lucky. And squad. They might have seen him walk down here. Mushi going to pop the BKB. Raven will force it out. Now looks to run away. That little trap he laid. Very cute stuff, but Ohio's going to get in position. There's the hook shot. They have the Winter's Curse as well. Raven unable to refract. He had already used it, and it was cooling down. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Even through the fissure. Keep on hunting him. 17-4 the score. Will commit. Get the tower as well. Fnatic just rolling. Absolutely rolling. They've yet to lose a tower. Bottom tower, barely even below half health. I would like to see a gem now at this point. With the advantage they've accrued, just get even more map control. Don't allow TNC to have any wards. Also get rid of those pesky TA traps and give you a way to more reliably deal with the meld as well. So I think a gem would be really good at this point for Fnatic. Plus, they're just not dying here. Mushi looks for the Requiem mid lane. He is going to have it cancel. Now the back comes out, and Mushi gets changed. And he may not actually get out of this one. He will end up going down. Great team fight coming out from TNC. That's without the song being used. TA trap just a bit too late. Noji is hunting, though. He's got a lightning fast available here. Beware the buybacks on Fnatic. With the advantage they've had, they could easily turn this one around. So just one slightly bad fight. All of a sudden, that gold lead going to be dented about, well, a little bit less than 20%, but over a 2k gold swing there. Of course, the experience even more substantial. We'll walk into the Roach Pit. Now they have the Deso available. They also hold the song here. Very important to keep in mind that AU2000 did not use it. So he has it available. Should this be a dangerous Roche engagement? And I'm wondering, do Fnatic actually try to move towards that pit? The hook shot available as soon as the Clockwork respawns, but it may already be too late. Roche dropping very quickly here as the Death buff as well as the Mel with minus armor going, and they are jumping in, but it's already too slow. Ravens grab the Aegis here. Does get the Roshan kill as well. He's going to run in into Fnatic. Now the song coming out to try and cover his retreat. They decide it's not worth the TA's life, but AU2000 keeps running back, allowing Black to chase in. He's got a call down, and now they're still going to hook Raven anyway. Not the best positioning there from AU2000. Didn't really cover the path of retreat properly. And as a result, Raven may die once here. Well, he will, and now twice, in fact, even through the Aegis. Gets Laguda. The curse follow-up onto Noji. TNC just not clear about what they want to do. Looked like they wanted to fight. Then they decide to run away. And Well, S getting rocketed up. Slave, and then the Urn Charge is blacking in a range for Rocket Barrage. This will also be the death of the Dark Seer. One more auto attack. Black gets the kill. 3 falling, plus the Aegis. They could have just walked away, but some real miscommunication and this confusion there in the war room. Not sure if someone was making the call to run, others to fight, but they were not on the same page. Naga definitely could have had better position. I was talking up AU 2000 before this game, but he's not really having the best showing. Tough, because when you're Naga in this type of matchup where you're losing, like, your ultimate is so important. If you blow an ult, the game plan just completely falls apart. Hook way off the mark there. Kind of a shot in the dark, why not? From Chrissy. Start pushing this top tower. Laying into it with Mushi. Even will try to push out the mid lane in the meanwhile, but TNC just they don't have any easy plays at this point. They're up against utter map control here from the Radiant with aggressive wards as well as just D wards everywhere. They don't have the best split pushers until Tia gets a blink. She's rather vulnerable. Letrak is very easy food for the Clockwork. So they're kind of bottled up. Makes it hard to delay the game, which is definitely what you want to be doing right now. You do not want to be fighting Fnatic at this stage. Radiant Courier rotates in, has a completed BKB for Black available. With that, they'll have double BKB cores, and then the question is, do TNC have answers for these? Not the best. They have the Song to sleep the rest of the team, the net to hold those heroes in place, but by no means are they full solutions. The physical damage they have is just the TA. Running in 1v5 or even a couple v5 is going to be ever so tricky, but they do get Ohio. Nice catch out here, throws out the Winter's Curse. They're slowing down AU 2000. Nobody really supporting him. Ohio, he's stuck around too long. And TNC, they'll get the first Bloodstone charge here for Noji. Slight sign of positivity. Something going their way. Needed that. Will be an early blink now for AU. The Song almost cooled down, so maybe we see some plays here. Blink Song. Well, part of the issue here is, what does it set up for this game? Blink Song, pretty good for setting up a Lesh stun. Decent for setting up the Vacuum Fissure / maybe an Echo, but you got 2 BKB carries. So Mushi as well as Black are just going to be spamming their BKBs, or they're already active. And either way, very unlikely to die from the combo. So then you really have to find the backline supports. Wyvern, chance to sit very far back. Clock is not easy to kill and has a 4-staff blade mill anyway, so you're going to take some punishment if you go on him. Blink Dagger on Naga can definitely be a game changer, but this to me feels like one of those games where it's going to be hard to find the right opening. There's no, like, say, black hole, like, Song and then just set up a free, guaranteed disable. Don't really have anything quite along those lines. Their own jungle. Fnatic will go. D-ward here and get rid of a TA trap. Still surprised no gem. I feel like with the advantage they have, that Fnatic should really grab one, but maybe they just don't think they need it. They're confident in their ability to keep the vision advantage going their way. And so, to be fair, so far, they've been successful. I'm not sure if I actually showed this ward, but even managed to put a cute one up in the top lane as there's a hook. Bottom, we'll find S catching him out. Very nicely done by Chrissy here. Guarding Greaves to try and keep S alive. He backs the Clockwork out of the cogs, now surging himself away. There's a good Song from AU. S will make it back safely, it seems. Do they look to turn this? They've got a Lesh stun. Blade Mail cooling down in 1 second, and the Lesh stun won't be there. Quick force away, and that is my point with the Song, is they just don't have that reliable way to follow it up. Start a big team fight. Black getting aggressive here. Under the tower has the BKB. May need to pop it. He's been left stun. Now the TA going on to him with the meld and the death. So Black quickly losing almost all his HP. The BKB comes out nice and early here. Something that Fnatic won't be too happy with, as they've got a double damage up on the TA. They want to chase this. They have a Blink net available. Raven going in, bringing Mushi down quite quickly. He's still got a BKB though. Ohio now the man in front, also has the Winter's Curse. He drops it on S in the middle of the fight, but a great Lesh stun connects on 3. Mushi trying to turn this with the Requiem, will delete the Dark Seer. Hunts onto Nochi, and elsewhere a hook shot isolating Raven. That's the key damage dealer to bring down TNC, losing 2 of their most important fighters, and now will be forced back. Has the Blink Echo there, but X Lucky just too much crap flying around. Couldn't find the opening. will force a buyback, and Percy, no hook right now. Can't go on the latch, but can start giving the shovel to the barracks. Well, Fissure block Mushi, remember his BKB's on cooldown, now getting back, but then pushed over Fissure. A little bit of no-see-do there from both teams as Noji engages Black. Very healthy. And Net just searching for that Yule's opening. If he gets the Yule's, this is almost certainly going to be the death of Noji. So he'll hightail it back to base and allows Fnatic can get the range Rex here. They may even stick around a bit longer, though the TA is respawning soon. Game will have a brief respite for those of you who are entranced by the non-stop action. We'll take a look at gold items here, catch up on the general lay of the land, which is, long story short, Fnatic are owning. They've got now a nice triple stack of Ancients up. They still have the aggressive wards, and you can see they constantly are scouting TNC's movements. Allows them to just pretty much play as they please around the map. Looks like Mushi, the choice will be the butterfly next, working towards it. The early Talisman of Evasion for now. The completed Glimmer Cape. Pretty big items across the board here. Everybody getting decent farm, even the Wyvern. At least he's got the Value Cloak, he's got the Medallion. But look for the hook shot here from DJ. Gotta be careful. Rocket gets vision of Noji, and they'll let Mushi be the siege engine. Coming around from behind is the Naga. AU's got an opening here. They do not see this particular backstab, and he's gonna start off with the Soul. He finds L5, but do they have to follow up? Noji could go in with the back wall. The stun not quite timed right. A tough one to pull off, and they won't. X-Lucky as he jumps in the echoes, but it's only on a BKB Mushi, and immediately gets deleted from the fight by Winter's Curse and auto attacks, and that's the insta GG. TNC know they're done for. This was always going to be a long shot after that laning stage, but they just did not find the crisp, perfect execution required to pull this game back. So, as quickly as game one begins, it ends. Fnatic showing why they are the team to beat right now in Southeast Asia. They will take game number one. Of course, folks, this is a best of three. We've got 2 matches coming your way today, so don't go anywhere. I'll be back. I will have Mr. Winter at my side. I forgot to put up a new picture of him, but we'll see if we can dig something up while we wait. But yeah, for now, Fnatic leading 1-0. Stay tuned. We'll be back for game number 2 right after this.
Bounty Hunter. Dark Seer.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the BTS series SEA Cup number 1 of 6 over the next year. So we've got a lot more Southeast Asian Dota come your way, and it continues right now as Fnatic looks to take on TNC. They lead the best of 3, 1-0. With that, I'm LD, and I actually do have Winter, but I got to get him on the line here, so let me go. Give him a little ring. Hopefully he'll pick up. But yeah, in the meanwhile, for those of you who are just now joining us, Fnatic being very solid. I think the biggest thing that stands out for me is, well, two things really. A, Chrissy has been on fire in the off lane. And oh, hey, Winter, welcome in. And B, the other thing with Fnatic is Net in Ohio, really just the warding game has just been so strong for them as of late. Hey, Winter, how's it going?
Sorry.
Yeah, man, what the hell? You just like had a hot date or something? You know, better things to do than hang out with your buddy?
I said it was the traffic, you know.
Well, you could have left earlier to anticipate the traffic. That's what a responsible person would do.
Yes, I'm irresponsible. Can we move on?
That's all I wanted. All right, now you're good. I just wanted you to admit it. There you go. All right, so let's see here. Pick number 4, or ban number 4 for Fnatic. Lena's still in the pool, and again, just not a priority pick or ban for a lot of these teams. Still slipping through. I'm always amazed, Winter.
The first game, it was picked in the second phase.
Yes, and it slips through 2 ban phases and 1 pick phase, which even then is kind of unusual.
This game is understandable. I think the bans of Fnatic are understandable this time around, because they don't want to give Gyro, Darkseer, plus Naga, or with the Wyvern. They don't want to give TNC a very strong combo, so you ban those 2 heroes. So I think you rather ban that if you know the opponent can play the combination well, rather than banning the Lina out.
Basil will be the pickup here for TNC, so they still respect the Naga here, Winter, as they will ban it out. Even though TNC, like, there was that one fight at the end where it kind of looked bad, the song goes off, Flesh Stun isn't quite timed right, but I still think they really play well around the hero overall, and it is one of their stronger picks, so I still like the ban from Fnatic.
I mean, they were actually screwed, right, at that point. They are not going to land the split off because they were BKBs on the target, so it was kind of all in.
It really was. Oh, they just had such a bad laning stage. Everyone struggled, and an unfortunate first blood. Ancients were blocked, just nothing going their way. And well, of course, with this Storm ban here, it does allow the anti-mages there. He got banned second phase last time around. Be pick number 4 for TNC. See the black anti-mage, his favorites. What do you do?
Very typical draft for Lashrock. Lashrock bounty. Lashrock with Earthshaker. When you draft Lashrock as a core, you always want a defensive support to bail him out. So you have Earthshaker, then they have a roaming support. Actually, it might not be a support Earthshaker. I just realized there's a bounty, so it might be off lane. Then bounty will be roaming. Anti-mage will be babysitted by one more support in the lane. That's what's more likely to happen. But it's just a very typical Lashrock, a defensive hero. And with extra core, when everyone is focusing on all their resources, shutting down the Lash, the anti-mage will have free farm.
It also kind of protects the Leshrac pick a bit as well. It's something Fnatic pretty much always run as a core. We've seen Wuxi on it every time.
If the opponent wants to pick anti-mage here, they have to run like Gyro mid. And that's...
Yeah. We know we've seen Ake support Gyro yesterday. We've seen the aggressive tri-lane Gyros here and there, but... Yeah, still, generally it is in the safe lane. I don't think the support gyro worked.
They need lockdown for AM now, TNC, because they have Dazzle, right? Dazzle, as one of their supports, provides nothing in terms of control.
Templar Assassin.
TA. So they stick with what they got in game number 1. This TA Darkseer duo.
TA is very good against anti-mage, I think, because AM doesn't do very well against TA early. TA is able to, because you dish out so much physical damage, right, and AM doesn't really get any items to deal with until later. So
it seems like TA wins the matchup in terms of like who can kill whom until anti-mage gets the Basher / Abyssal Blade.
Anti-mage starts to have a chance when he completes the Manta.
Yeah, he definitely has a chance at that point.
Yeah, Manta, B-Fury, and the Blats.
That TA jumps on you before you Manta though, you're down like half your health already and you are running the hell away.
Let's see. So Nat is going to play Bounty Hunter. Or maybe Chrissy will play Bounty Hunter. There's like 2 ways they can do this. They can do Chrissy Bounty Hunter or they can do Chrissy Earthshaker. But I think they will do Chrissy Earthshaker and Nat Bounty Hunter. Then they will pick another lane support for anti-mage. Let's see what's good here. They ban Night Stalker.
Hmm.
Night Stalker is good versus anti-mage. That I can agree to. I'm
I
not sure.
I like him versus Bounty Hunter actually as well, just because
the
like
vision.
it's kind of like Spirit Breaker.
No, I think it's actually the other way around, you know, because when Night Stalker has super vision, you track the Night Stalker, you get the Night Stalker vision. Bounty Hunter actually counters Night Stalker, dude.
No, but he's just like Spirit Breaker. He's so good at killing and hunting the Bounty Hunter in general.
But it's different though, because Spirit Breaker you charge, and when he tracks you, he doesn't get the super vision, you know. But when he tracks Night Stalker, he gets the super vision.
Well, then you just don't get an eggs then.
What? Then what do you get as a support Night Stalker, dude?
You get like an urn. What's the
then what's your next
solar
item?
crest? You got a solar crest for your team. There's other good items.
Okay.
BKB.
Whatever, dude. So let's see what Fnatic's gonna pick as their support. They have the Rubik plush. Rubik is like a very common one. Not many good spells to steal, but just a good disable for good lane support in general. Or they will want to go for maybe CM feels a bit tempting though, because their heroes use mana a lot. Lash and the Earthshaker.
Fnatic with the 5th pick here.
What is Ohio?
They're pretty melee heavy. No, 3 melee heroes.
They need a support that can kill Refraction maybe. So far they have only Edict. Maybe Edict alone is enough.
What's
no
left?
Clear good options here.
Yeah, I mean, Mushi ran Veno the other day. Did not work, as I recall.
I think they might actually pick Shaman though. Shaman or Rubik.
Disruptor.
Oh yeah, there's this guy as well.
Hmm.
I keep forgetting about this guy because I don't see this guy too much.
Yeah, he's pretty annoying though.
Because I was thinking in the sense that which type of supports will actually deal with the Darkseer, because as a Darkseer I don't really like to deal with Rubik or Shadow Shaman sometimes, because there's a lot of disable, you can't really get away from them. Rubik is actually depends on the situation, but Disruptor you definitely can't get away from him if you are in trouble because of the range of the glimpse. Most of the time you can't escape from them. You have to, you know, when you get caught against Disruptor, you just need to Iron Shell the creeps and Iron Shell yourself and just go back in to fight. So
Bloodseeker the last choice here.
They went for really greedy pickup because I said they need some disable for anti-mage, right? Bloodseeker is actually good disable.
What is this here? Who's the second support?
Isn't Noji the greedy support? Noji.
Is it just a straight jungle Bloodseeker thing?
Yeah, I think it's a jungle, jungle Bloodseeker.
Versus a bounty hunter, huh?
Yeah, it's not a good idea against bounty hunter though. If they do dual lanes, it'll be Bloodseeker and Darkseer. That doesn't sound too scary, but it actually might actually work. I'm not sure how effective it is, but if you Iron Shell, double Iron Shell, actually might work. The more I think about it, the 2 melee heroes in the lane against the AM.
Rupture's own anti-mage through the first 20 minutes or so. At least. But like you say, it does feel a bit greedy. And it is AU 2000 on it, so it is a support / jungle Bloodseeker.
It's actually, you know, it's actually more likely to be off lane with the Darkseer though. I think. Because the Bounty Hunter might be too annoying for the Bloodseeker. Because Bloodseeker is very vulnerable in the first few levels. You actually get really low when you're jungling, so Bounty Hunter might be able to kill you. Once you get like maybe, I think at level 4, starting from level 3 or level 4, when you have 2 points in the blood, so I think you get the blood, 2 points in the blood rage, then you'll be fine jungling. But before that, you might actually get low enough for the bounty to kill you.
Alright, once again, Fnatic Winter, it's just the TP level 1 warding shenanigans. Every game, they always do this. It's on different locations, but it's always the same exact play every single game.
Yeah, why is no one getting sentry and just they ward the same place?
They ward
like
here, they ward the Ancients, and this tree we've seen it like 4 times now or something. The net will sometimes go to the enemy jungle as well, depending on the heroes, so it's starting to feel a little predictable, and that's where you wonder, like, does Fnatic have other plans if this gets scouted out by their opposition? I guess we'll have to see. For now, they're getting away with it. So introducing the teams, TNC on the Dire side, Noji, the Gyro, X Lucky the Dazzle, S your Darkseer, Raven the TA, and AU2000 the Jungle Bloodseeker potentially. On the side of Fnatic, Mushi the Leshrac, Net your Bounty Hunter, Extraordinaire Ohio will be the Disruptor, and Chrissy on the Shaker. He has been magnificent so far in the offlane. Leaves Black on his signature anti-mage.
He's the like best performer in the BTS
Look at this,
series.
Noji just running at 3 heroes. Doesn't even give a hoot. Still, they're going to look to fight this, though. The
Okay,
Fissure's
Barrage.
cooling down. No mana right now on Chrissy. Stun will come out. It's a double bounty snag as Net will grab the top. Black gets the uncontested bottom rune, so already things off to a good start here for Fnatic.
Damn, the bounty hunter gets the bounty rune. That's not everyday thing, you know.
That's some next level shit right there.
So let's see. So they're actually indeed going to run the Bloodseeker plus Darkseer lane. And AM is so far at the moment alone against that. He's gonna be calling for help now since the ward scouted both of them.
Ah, this is an interesting duel lane. Very annoying for anti-mage.
Yeah, and if Bloodseeker is able to... Wait, he's not taking last hits. He's actually letting the Darkseer take it.
Fissure comes out, blocking X Lucky a bit. Does have the Tango, but he's not actually using it right away. Runs through. He's still not able to make his way out. This is going to be an incredibly unexpected first blood. And again, it is Chrissy, the playmaker for Fnatic, getting the job done.
That was a very, very well placed fissure.
He even forced out the Tango because he thought he could Tango through, but
Huh.
in fact, he was unable to.
So they're actually ditching the AM, yeah? Because they probably think that even with the Disruptor here, Disruptor is not going to offer too much to help the AM.
I mean, Bloodseeker, they're just so tanky, and they have the sustain of the Thirst, so I think it would be tough, even with the dual lane.
Yeah, Bloodseeker can actually own AM in the lane 1v1 a lot.
He just right-clicks you, and you get sad.
I actually think the role should be swapped. You know what they're doing now? Darkseer's in the lane. I actually think Bloodseeker should be in the lane, and Darkseer jungling. Because Darkseer will actually have a tougher time against AM compared to Bloodseeker.
Things with the Bloodseeker, like, you don't really need your mana at this stage of the game. You can just auto-attack him with the Blood Rage.
You actually rather have no mana.
Exactly.
Honestly. Because then he can't deal damage to you.
I guess that's where it just comes down to the players' like comfort with their roles, and hey, it generally is more of that utility support hero, not normally getting much farm priority.
This AM is actually having a good time now. The Bloodseeker on. Maybe they want to jungle the Bloodseeker till level 3 then swap. I'm not sure what's the plan here though. Maybe that's the plan. Jungle Bloodseeker.
Well, it's
till
kind
level
of like the Darkseer's jungling because he's using the Ion Shell to farm, but
3. Yeah, it's weird. That's why I feel, why are they doing it this way when they can just swap around, you know? Put the Darkseer in the jungle and the Seeker on the lane. But anyway, still getting the job done. Bloodseeker is still getting a lot of levels. But at the same time, Anti-Mage is getting a lot of farm as well. So, Shaker is not getting too much CS, but they got the first blood. And he has a Soul Ring, looking to build into the Tranquils after this.
they still continue to jungle the Bloodseeker, just giving him a fresh Ion Shell here and there, and Net has found a target to latch onto, Winter, and just start stealing experience.
Are you seeing this? Just look at the CS of the TA, dude.
Raven is having a rough time. Should TA be losing this hard this early to Lesh?
I don't think so. I don't think you lose that hard though. Did the bounty hunter
He
do
came
anything?
mid,
Maybe
he
at the
ate the enemy sentry, and he hit her a few
maybe the
times,
bounty
yeah.
hunter did. Yeah, I think the bounty hunter probably did a lot of work just now because I was paying a lot of attention in the bottom lane, seeing how TNC actually runs this duel lane.
And now they are properly dual laning. Well, Black has already gotten 15 CS, just that moment of hesitation making things a lot easier for him.
Yeah, but now both of the Darkseer and the Bloodseeker are both level 4. They're actually extremely high level. If you look at the levels between the heroes, Bounty is 2, almost 3. Disruptor is level 2. Shaker is level 4.5. So TNC has much more experience across their heroes.
Well, the overall graph says it's basically even, but I guess they've just hit the new levels a bit sooner. Net, yeah, cracks level 3 there. with the Orb of Venom and boots up, so he'll be stalking AU2000 through the jungle here. I'm just keep on seeing black. Full HP, still has tangos and a Sal. Basically has the money for the rate of health here.
This is really weird though. I think the Berserker should just stay in the lane. He shouldn't jungle. He should stay in the lane because once he's in the lane, right, the anti-mage can't really free farm. Whereas if Duxa is the only one in the lane, then the anti-mage will be able to free farm. So they just keep pushing the lane and they just want to go jungle. That's probably the idea behind this. They push the lane out, then he goes jungle. Then he finishes the jungle camp, he comes back to the lane. He just wants to maximize the experience.
The thing is that Net's just stalking him, so he's not really maximizing it, unfortunately.
I don't know how much is this actually worth because the AM is getting... The AM is not supposed to get so much.
He's more farmed than the enemy gyrocopter. He's up in CS, and Noji's got a dual lane versus the Earthshaker.
He's dead. The Berserker is dead. So
Making some harass here from Net. Can he get any heals? Out comes the silence. Not gonna matter. Does connect on 2-3 heroes. Now Black rotating in. Glimpse back. They have the Mana Void. See ya. 2 quick kills.
I knew he was gonna cast. Thank you.
That's...
It's just a very typical anti-mage Mana Void, right? Early game, there's a free kill, and you just take the kill from a team.
Well, what's the play now, Winter? Do you... Ohio's saying it's not Ancients. We're going to be warding these very soon. Fnatic, they've just been so disciplined about the economic aspects of the game.
Warding is, yeah... I think at this phase of the team, I feel like warding is like their best.
And I think especially relative to other teams in SEA, where it's not always a strength.
It's not even... If you compare to the SEA teams, right? If you compare it even to some of the Western teams, the stronger Western teams, their warding is still much more exceptional than that.
Yeah, maybe, oh. Solo kill for Chrissy. Okay. They got a problem. Offlane Shaker solo killing the gyro. Just walks in and dunks him.
I go for it. Yeah. That's like a typical thing.
And they have Pulse Nova now. Raven, just no match for this Ledge Shrek. Tries to run, but he immolates anyway. And while that was happening, the Dire Courier ends up getting sniped. I think Net was the one to pick it off elsewhere. It had a chainmail coming out too. From bad to worse here for TNC. They are getting schooled really hard right now.
Man, this is for... Yeah, it's for the... Actually for the Berserker. Berserker is building into a blade now.
Will be delayed a little bit here as they rotate Net into the lane as well. He starts to get a bit aggressive here on the Bloodseeker. Trying for the silence. Not going to connect on Black, though. Maybe Fnatic looking to make their move. Out comes the pings. They feel like while that silence is down, that's the time to get aggressive. Hey, you. Oh. Again, the kills? What is going on here? Did it even have Echo this time? Did you see what happened?
No, but the gyro was trying to kill the Shaker.
I guess so. I mean, jeez. Sorry, guys. I guess that's my bad, but...
Yeah, but it's not something that happens...
Especially when Echo's on cooldown. Like, when he has Echo, okay, that's one thing, but... That, jeez. That's just... that can't happen. That really cannot happen.
They need to pay this guy 3 months' salary in advance.
Yeah, Chrissy was the player that I think a lot of like casual fans had questions about. You know, he's lesser known than the other four.
He's actually really good.
But he's been for me, the standout player overall so far.
And he had like big shoes to fill in, you know, in the offlane for this team. Because you have to justify being a better offlaner than Ohio. That's not easy.
I'm liking the role setup more. I feel like Ohio just he can be a very selfless guy anyway, so. Like, he's got that same mentality that works for support or for offlane.
No, the most important, I think the most important thing, and which is so key in this role change is, you know, the synergy, you know, when they were playing with Johnny plus Kerchik as their support duo, you don't see this synergy between the two supports. This is like very good quality of a support duo, what they are doing in a game. In every game actually, not in a game.
They are now stacking Ancient, so at least they want to, but actually the ward did get dropped down again. So they've only got the double stack here as they make a move on the mid lane. Maybe Raven going to get glimpsed back. Yes, he will. Into the kinetic field elsewhere. In trouble is the anti-mage potentially trying to reach. Raven melting to the Pulse Nova. Does not have a fraction for 2 seconds. 1 second. Barely going to get it off. And yeah, Black is just fine. They bring 3 heroes in, but they just kind of watch him farm. Full HP.
They need him to have Rupture. They need the Bloodseeker to have Rupture for this kill to happen. And it's 9 minutes in and he still is not level 6.
Fnatic gonna smoke. Mushi, Ohio moving in together. They may get revealed in an awkward location here, down on the low ground. AU still not level 6. He's close. He's really close, but he's not quite there.
Oh, Glimpse. They're not getting a
AU, not versus the Glimpse. Right back into Mushi's waiting arm, where he begins to melt him down with the Pulse Nova. Finds another kill. The last hit to net. Getting dangerously close to that level 6 in the track.
Let's see if Ned actually rewards this. This is one of his favorite spots, this one. Chased by the Dazzle. Okay, he didn't find it.
Yeah. Well, Dazzle's just kind of not really happy about his position right now. Spends his gold on a TP.
Not really happy about his position, more like nervous about his position.
I mean, aren't those the same thing?
Okay, he's
Yeah,
good.
no, maybe not. They ping him and then he runs the other way. He may not even make it out of here. Let's see. Net's gonna look to cut him off. He'll just... Oh, if he runs back in the river. No, Net wasn't expecting that. right when he walks up the ramp. Bit of a mistiming. He'll just let him walk away.
Oh wait, he's
Mercy.
not level 6. I thought he had tracked. He's level 5.
So yeah, Shaker has a Blink Dagger, by the way. 11-minute Blink for Kritzy here. Noji is likely to... Noji is not going to be happy.
He has his ulti. He has his ulti. He doesn't want to show the dagger yet. Oh, maybe he's going to show it now. Okay, he's going to buy and TP maybe.
No, he's not wanting to just yet.
Yeah, he's going to buy and TP bottom. He's going to buy and TP bottom.
Could be a great turnaround if they dive onto Black. He's getting away with murder here. Like they're basically trilating this lane, and he's still free farming. Can't punish the anti-mage.
He really doesn't want to. He really doesn't want to show his blink. Yeah, he goes into the shop and he comes back out without buying anything again.
Yeah, he wants to push this lane in a bit further. Now might be the time to strike. Still not going on the anti-mage though. TNC just really unable to find the openings here to make a jump, and now the Blink is picked up. He will TP towards the bottom lane behind the tower. Bloodseeker getting the silence out. DJ throwing the Vigil. Only connects to one. The Echo Slave looked to come out before, but wasn't the biggest amount of damage. Mushi quickly dropping to the AoE nukes. Not your ideal initiation from Chrissy, and he will end up going down. 2 heroes will fall. Black just says, screw it, man. I'm out. And blinks into the jungle to start farming.
His blink got cancelled by something. I didn't notice what actually cancelled it.
Well, the Bloodseeker threw out a silence. Maybe it was a flat cannon shot.
Probably a flat cannon shot or he just made a mistake. Because the silence was... He just casted the silence when
Yeah,
the
it hadn't
TP
gone
came
off
down,
yet.
so it was definitely... Yeah, it was definitely not the silence. It was either a flat cannon shot or he just made a mistake. Maybe it was an Iron Shell, but I don't think he was near anything.
I'm not. It seemed like he.
So
it seemed like he didn't necessarily want to blink in though. Like he kind of waited and then just threw a fissure.
No, he definitely wanted to blink him. He definitely wanted to blink him.
Black. Either way, it doesn't work out. Black gonna push in mid now.
Oh yeah, because he dropped fissure
Yeah,
first,
he fissured
right?
first.
He wanted to fissure and then blink echo. Then when after he cast fissure, the silence probably already popped.
Yeah, and then he realized
That
it,
might
so
have
he's
been
like, I'm gonna fissure, and then he just ran in and echoed and died. But big fight for TNC. They get on the board and just net things. Well, really just Fnatic things again. But the constant warding of neutrals. It's just.
It's not Fnatic things. It's
Well, no, Ohio was doing the same thing in the previous game. So I'm going to call it Fnatic things now. They love these cheeky wards.
You know what they call
What?
him? Remember I told you they call him the camper.
The camper.
The camper.
He's
with
the guy with an
watch all the
AWP
time.
sitting in the spawn.
I don't think he has the AWP, but he probably has something.
Oh, they might find Mushi here. Has the Glimmer Cape though, and just starts to go to work. Turns it. Forces them out. Doesn't have the TP. But he's too healthy. They're going to bring in even more reinforcements. Mushi finding the stun follow-up. Rupture will wear off now, and he worms his way into the trees. Has the Glimmer cooling down soon. They even going to go for him. They know his TP's on cooldown, so in theory they really should be, but they don't have the Thirst Vision. He stuns, trying to make his way in deeper.
Oh,
Blew all his mana.
I think
They know he's
they're
here,
gonna
but
find
they're
him
really
out.
taking their time to get down. And now they back him. Mushi, Glimmer Cape ready again. Track coming out. He does go for the lightning, the offensive spellcast there. Now doesn't have the mana for the Glimmer Cape, and will end up going down. Man, that really took a while, and they do get a bounty hunter kill out of it. Still a 1-for-1, and this is with 4 heroes rotating. Black pushing in the mid lane. Fnatic just pushing top.
This is okay. They traded a track kill. That was a track kill, so they are fine with that. And Mushi likes to get. I think we see this from him the other day. And now the bounty being annoying cancels the TP.
Yeah, he's a little bastard.
I thought we aren't allowed to swear.
What do you think of this build from Mushi? The Glimmer Cape
Yeah,
point booster.
he likes to go Glimmer first item. You know the game where they had Medusa? Do you remember that game? He was the safe lane left and he went first item Glimmer Cape. Not even with a point booster, he just went Arcane Boots Glimmer Cape.
Black does get the Battle Fury 15 minutes in. Very quick pickup here.
Honestly, this game is like it's not a lot of spell damage apart from Gyro, but it's still a really good item when you saw him use it against the Berserker Rupture.
They do go on to Noji. Static Storm coming out. Mushi able to catch him. And now running in with the Pulse Nova, doing heavy damage. But Noji's going to take a panic pop of smoke. Not with the Dog Order. Then Chrissy jumps in with the Blake Echo. This time has no way to be disabled there. We'll end up winning the fight. 4v4, really. Getting 2 kills for free. And Black just playing the farm game off on the other end of the map. This is all according to the script for Fnatic.
I actually like his item build, skill build a lot on the Earthshaker. He always never maxes Fissure because he's gonna get an early blink and you want more points in the aftershock.
And apparently he wants a lot more points than the Enchant Totem as well.
Yeah, he did like when he was in the lane, he did like 2-2-2. At level 7 he had 2-2-2. 2 points Fissure, 2 Enchant, 2 aftershock, and 1 ultimate.
Yeah, I mean the second point, especially in Enchant Totem, is super value. You double the bonus damage. Very good.
Being able to take so many points in Enchant Totem is already a bonus, my friend.
Luxury.
This is like having a scallop or having a oyster.
No, this is
or
it's more like
lobster.
caviar really that he's enjoying right now. And he's going in top lane. He's gonna try to kill off the Bloodseeker solo with the double Enchant Totem.
no.
AU gets absolutely wrecked. DJ making it easy.
That was a truffle.
That was a truffle. Yeah, he's got a 4-step. He's got a blink. He's level 11. That was without Echo Slam. He's getting solo kills. Chrissy is just putting TNC away at this point. So much space from an offlane Earthshaker.
That Berserker actually had very little items. I just realized he only had a medallion and a Pro Man Shield. That's all he had.
Now this game, it feels like TNC are just off their game. Fnatic are not letting them do anything that they want. From the
Yeah, just like I talked about during the draft, they had it's more like a perfect draft, you know, honestly.
Yeah.
What they have. They got
They get
everything
Anti-Mage
they
and
want.
Leshrac, which are
And
like their super comfort heroes. They've got the Net Bounty Hunter especially.
It's not all about the comfort heroes, LD. I think it's about the lineup that's built around Leshrac is a perfect lineup to showcase how strong a Lesh can be. Even though he hasn't been the one doing the most work with Shaker, but the lineup itself is just... I mean, what the Shaker did is more individual play, you know, more than anything. But the lineup they have right now is just very solid in general.
The AFK Anti-Mage, this is
here we go.
the dream for Black.
Oh, is he gonna go for this? Is he gonna go?
He wants to. He's got the Echo ready. They may end up losing more. The smoke will break here as he runs into the tower, so he doesn't really know there's a hero there. And now the Fissure comes out, blocking Raven back. Does he go the others? He blinks and just clubs him once through the refraction. Not the best initiation, but is stalling this a bit. As the rest of the team will rotate in. They're still sticking around here. Blink cooling down soon. 4-staff also available. Track is there. You can just 4-staff in if he wants to initiate. Still trying to find that perfect go. And maybe takes too long. Now they get the glimpse off on Noji, and just patience here from Chrissy as he continues to head on. Not enough right now, even through the Great one more auto tech finishing the job, and still waiting for the Shaker to engage. TNC, it's almost like they know it's coming, and they just keep on sitting back, keep on biding their time, but too much time, it seems. 4-step forward, Fissure, and the glimpse. will get X-Lucky. Could have maybe gotten one more if he had chased onwards, but they do end up securing the third kill on the Dazzle. Well, guess who's not even there? It's Black. He's off on the bottom lane. Mono Burning S. AU will arrive. Doesn't have Rupture. They can't even punish this. Fnatic just making this game easy.
It doesn't matter where Black is, you know, what team he is. You always get to say, Black is not even there in the fight.
It doesn't matter for the fight, but it definitely matters for the state of the game. Fnatic are in cruise control right now.
I think they just needed to get more, you know, out of the Bloodseeker Darks early. They didn't get enough out of the If the AM wasn't so farm, then the situation is more manageable. But then again, something weird happened, which is the Earthshaker suddenly solo killing the safe lane. So that was also another thing that was a problem. So I think this was the two biggest issue that happened in the early laning phase. The off lane didn't go well, and the Shaker was like solo killing the safe laner.
Net continuing to give intel here. Has picked up a mech now. Moving the Shaker around. He's just going to run in with a haster and club a creep. Then blinks on top of himself, because why not?
Dude, I actually forgot.
Comes back mid and... Go ahead. What'd you forget?
The mid lane lost quite badly as well.
Yeah, but that's like the bounty hunter effects. So... Even if he doesn't actually come to the lane, you have to worry about it.
They're gonna get sandwiched by the Lash. And AM is gonna be able to push the high ground. They just want to make sure they don't
they
get...
glimpse back. AU while Black is just doing anti-mage. They top and Fnatic with the initiation. Good echo there. But the back maybe gonna turn this. They don't get off the silence, unfortunately. And Raven with a double miss uphill. Mushi finally arriving, trying to finish up Noji. Will barely. S could be next. He's low here, and a tower about to drop. Doesn't even matter if they get killed at this point, but it looks like they will get a track kill on Raven as well. Trying to turn with the Deso. Doesn't have the damage. GG. Quickly, TNC will give up. They'll walk away with $1,000 in prize money, but they will be eliminated here from the BTS series, and it's Fnatic. Not a huge surprise, Winter, but they are into the top two now.
I saw the openings, the way they opened the draft in the first game and this game. It's actually, you remember the game yesterday when I was talking about they open with Lash plus Queen of Pain? Remember that game? Today's openings were much better. This game it was Lash plus Bounty Hunter, right? And what was the first game's opening? I can't really recall.
I could look at the replay, but I don't remember offhand. I was having some last minute setup things. So, well, Winter Fnatic will advance here. Still, I think a pretty good run by TNC overall. This was not their best series, but they looked really good the other days. So, I still have hope for this team.
Yeah, this team did they did really well against me. I see they played very well. But I think we're gonna see more teams going to be getting sentries at level 1. Give it to the offlaner and just make sure you dewalk. You essentially waste their TP score if you are able to do that. I think it's actually super important to do it against Fnatic. If you look at all the games they'll be playing, you have to do this against them. Or you actually do there's another thing you can do against them as well, because you know they are spending more or less 1 or 2 TP scrolls at the start, so their supports will be minus 200 gold. So you contest their lane, maybe you do some dual lane and with a roaming hero, and you just put the other 2 lanes 1v1, so you can actually capitalize on the support spending 200 gold on the TP scroll.
Something for them to work on in the future, but here today, TNC are eliminated. Fnatic into the grand finals of the first BTS SEA Cup. With that, he's Winter. You can follow him on Twitter at WindeRDota, myself at LDdota. We'll be back in an hour and a half. We've got a pretty long break here for the second and final series of the day. That match will be Ideal taking on First to Play.